ANeCS is really a very dynamic platform that we have created to promote critical scholarship and support critical scholarship across the African continent and support critical security scholars. It is mainly a group of early career and young researchers and scholars who share the conviction that the traditional ways of knowing and doing security in the African continent is failing. It's not fit for purpose, and the evidence is clear all across the continent. If you go to the Sahel, you see the evidence, despite the existence of several, a plethora of responses and responders and programs across 2 decades. Even more, you see that the situation is not getting any better. You know, we have what one scholar calls security traffic jam happening because of the sheer number of responses and responders we have in the region. Despite all of that, the Sahel is now the epicenter of global terrorism and with devastating human security consequences. You go to the Horn of Africa, the story is the same. You have, Somalia, even part of Kenya, Ethiopia, and Sudan, where humanitarian crises are just piling up. And the people and the communities and their values and their structures are all being put at risk of annihilation. The Rift Valley, same. So really, if you look across the continent, all you see is insecurity. You have, on top of that, declining democracy. After 3 decades of the so-called third wave of democratization, economic insecurity is rife, it's piling up, and the issue of climate and environmental pressures. Fueling food insecurity and several other insecurity issues across the continent. Now, what we want to highlight as ANeCS is we depart from the premise that all these high levels of insecurity and conflict have come on the back of failing the failure of traditional approaches to security. And there is a need for a rethink of the way we look at, know, and do security in the African continent. And so I am really happy to be here and to be moderating this event. Before I move on, I would have to add that the ANeCS, the African Network of Critical Security Scholars, is an independent initiative of the Center for Alternative Politics and Security, West Africa. And the connection is that, you cannot talk about security in one Africa sub-region without connecting it to the broader continent. ANeCS is purely independent under our able Executive Director, Shirley Achieng, but it is an initiative of the Africa Center of Alternative, Center for Alternative Politics and Security. So our goal is to amplify critical security scholars, amplify the voices of African scholars and scholars of Africa, and challenge the paradigm, security paradigms that we believe, continue to fail the continent and continue to fail the African people and their communities.